Hello YouTube, Basin Truck here, and today we're at the pumpkin patch.
Take a seat, and don't forget to watch some of my other awesome videos.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just me and you. Just me and you.
It says it's the Fairy Tale Trail, the story of Jack and the Cornstalk. Can you read?
No. What is this
It
one?
says, once upon a time on a farm far away, there lived a poor woman and her son Jack. Their only possession was a milking cow. Every morning, Jack milked the cow and sold its milk to purchase their supper. One day, the cow stopped producing milk, so Jack's mother sent him off to sell the cow in the marketplace. On his way to the marketplace, Jack met an old man who offered him 5 magic corn kernels in exchange for his cow. Jack gladly accepted the man's offer and ran home to show his mother their new treasures. When Jack returned home, his mother was very angry with him. "How could you sell our cow for 5 measly little corn kernels?" she screamed. "Now we will starve." She threw the corn kernels out the window and sent Jack to bed with no supper. Jack went to sleep sad and hungry, for he had no idea about the adventures that would soon come his way. When Jack awoke the next morning, he looked out his window and into the fields where his mother had thrown the corn kernels. To his surprise, he saw a giant cornstalk stretching high up into the sky.
This one's all about corn.
The kernels really were magical. He shouted in delight. Then, curious as could be, Jack climbed up the cornstalk to see where it led. At the top of the cornstalk, Jack discovered a giant palace where he was greeted by a very tall woman. The woman saw that Jack was hungry, so she fed him a breakfast of fresh-baked corn muffins. While Jack was eating, the woman warned him, "You must be very careful, little boy, for my husband is a giant, and he does not like it when strangers visit our home. If you hear his footsteps, you must run and hide." And just as she finished speaking, Jack heard a loud footsteps of the giant, so he ran and hid under the giant's bed. Jack looked out from under the bed and saw the giant enter the house. The giant was enormous, and he started sniffing around, saying, "E-I-E-I-O. I smell someone I do not know." "Don't be silly," his wife replied. "There's nobody here. Sit down and let me feed you your breakfast." The giant ate his breakfast and went to his bedroom for his morning nap. After the giant fell asleep, Jack snuck out from under the bed, grabbed a basket of corn muffins from the kitchen, and climbed down the cornstalk. Jack returned to his farmhouse and shared the corn muffins with his mother. She was overcome with happiness. At lunchtime, Jack climbed back up the cornstalk and returned to the palace. The giant's wife saw that Jack again looked hungry, so she fed him sweet corn on the cob. Before Jack could finish his last bite, he heard the giant's footsteps growing louder and louder, so he ran and hid under the bed. "E-I-E-I-O. I smell someone I do not know," roared the giant as he entered the front door. "Don't be silly," his wife replied. "There's nobody here. Sit down and let me feed you your lunch." The giant ate his lunch and went to his bedroom for his afternoon nap. After the giant fell asleep, Jack snuck out from under the bed, grabbed a bucket of sweet corn from the kitchen, and climbed down the cornstalk. Jack returned to his farmhouse and shared the sweet corn with his mother. She was overcome with happiness. At dinner time, Jack climbed up the cornstalk for a 3rd time. This time, however, the tall woman did not feed him. "You cannot expect me to feed you forever," she explained. "Take these magic corn kernels home with you, and if you plant them and care for your cornfields, you will never go hungry again." Jack thanked the woman and promised that he would plant the magic kernels and care for the cornfields every day. On his way out of the palace, Jack saw the giant and heard him scream, "E-I-E-I-O, I see someone I do not know." The giant chased after Jack, but Jack was too fast for him. Jack raced to the ground and chopped the cornstalk down before the giant could catch him. Jack ran home and showed his mother the magic corn kernels. This time, however, she did not let her throw them out the window. Instead, Jack carefully planted the kernels in the field, watered the ground above them, and went to sleep. The next morning, Jack and his mother saw that a beautiful cornfield had grown overnight, with plenty of fresh corn ready to be eaten. Jack remembered his promise to the giant's wife, so he walked through the field and watered and carefully cared for the cornstalks. As he walked through the rows of corn, he removed some of the cornstalks to write a very special message to the giant's wife that could read from up high above. It says, "Thank you." From that day forward, Jack continued to care for his fields, and he and his mother always had as much corn as they needed. And every fall, Jack created a different message in the cornfield to thank the giant's wife for her help. Thanks to Jack and the magic corn kernels, they all lived happily ever after.
Thanks for watching. Throw a comment down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.